Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Tampa Bay. I'm Ellen Fenner. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees and I am your host this morning. Reverend Lane is traveling this weekend to get her new puppy Maisie up in Georgia, but she'll be back next week. So let me welcome all of you to our virtual broadcast this morning. Lori is hosting on Facebook, so let her know that you're with us in the comments. And I want to personally thank Ruth Janani for stepping up and being willing to learn the sound and media system here so that I can stand in front of the camera rather than behind it for a change. This morning, our guest speaker is Reverend Carole OConnell. After a successful 30-plus year career as a Unity minister in Atlanta, she now resides in the Tampa Bay area, where she has authored and published 3 books and has a thriving spiritual coaching practice. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Carole and her words of wisdom.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a delight to be with you this morning, and I welcome you to this wonderful weekend, this Memorial Weekend holiday. It's a time when we honor the heroes. We honor those men and women who have sacrificed their lives to keep our country free. And we also honor all of the men and women who have participated in these wars and have gone to war and have come back and are trying to fit into a normal lifestyle and to feel normal in their life. But this morning, I want to take it out a little bit further. I want us to honor some other heroes because we're living in a very interesting, although somewhat bizarre time in our history. And so I want to honor all of the men and women who are in healthcare. They are our heroes also. And those people that have manned our grocery stores and delivered our mail and delivered the products to us, and the police department and the fire department. There are so many people that are actually on the front lines, if you will, in our world today, and certainly in our country today, and they are heroes. They really are heroes. And we are having a better experience of this because of them. We're living in unprecedented times in our history. Never before in the history of humanity has the entire world experienced the same thing at the same time. It has never happened before, and possibly will never happen again. But for most of us, well, we're sheltering in our homes. We have food to eat, books to read, TV to watch. We're safe, we're comfortable, and I, for one, am very grateful for those people out there that are keeping my life comfortable, because it makes this experience enjoyable. I mean, it's okay. There's a lot of dynamics that are happening, but at the same time, we're all just sort of taking a pause and being quiet and reevaluating who we are and dancing in that question, who am I? Who am I? So I have clients around the country, and what I've noticed is that everyone is responding or reacting to this situation differently. I had a client the other day saying that she was seriously considering retiring before all this happened. And since she's been sheltering in place at home, she's realized she's not ready to retire. She loves her work, she misses her work, she wants to get back to her work, and that's where she wants to be. Then I had a woman say to me the other day that she's frustrated because she doesn't know what's legal and what's illegal, what she can do and what she can't do, what's open and what's not open. And she said she's trying to follow the rules. I don't know whether you're one of those people or not, but she's trying to follow the rules. And she says, sometimes I feel like I'm living in a police state where the government is telling me what I can and cannot do. And she said, I don't know what to do with that because it's not anything that I've ever felt before. And then there's extroverts that need people. They need to hug, they need to touch. And I've spoken to some of them, and the first few weeks, they were okay. And then now they're going, I want to go to church and touch people. I want to hold hands. I want to hug people. I want to be in groups of people, because extroverts are energized by being around large groups of people. So when they're sheltered at home, even if they have some family members there, it's not quite the same. So it's just different. And then there are those people that have small businesses. We have a wellness center, and we have practitioners that have not been able to work while this was going on. And some of them have received some funds, some government funds, and some of them haven't. And they're dancing in the question, will I survive? Will I be able to continue? So it's such an interesting time in our evolution on our planet. But mostly, I have noticed that so many people are in great fear. And the true pandemic, I believe, is fear. That's the pandemic, not the virus. It's fear. And we've come into these fears, and we've bought into this drama. And what does fear do to us? We know what fear does to us. It's such a destructive energy. We're energy beings. And when we're in fear, it is so destructive. So what I've noticed is that there's two basic fears that are coming up for people right now. One is the fear of illness, and one is the fear of lack. So we're focused our negative, fearful energy on our wellness and on our money. So that brings me to the meat of the message I want to give today. And I want us to dance in that fundamental message that we are a faith community, and we have a philosophy that we live by. And it drives our life. We live in it until, of course, we don't. And something happens and we lose sight of our truth. We lose sight of who we really are. So we want to go back and dance in this, who am I? Who am I? And what does this global experience, what is the meaning of it for you individually? And what is the meaning of it for us collectively? And for that discussion, we've got to go back to some fundamental beliefs. I'm a great mantra person, and I heard this mantra a few months ago, and I've been integrating it deeper and deeper and deeper within myself, because that's what the journey is all about. And I want to share that with you as the foundation of where we go from here. And it's a familiar one. It's be still and know, I am God. Be still and know, I am God. I never heard this when I was a child. I never heard that there was a divine spark that was in my physical body. I never heard that I was a spiritual being having a human experience. I never heard any of that. I never heard it from my church. I never heard it from my family, from my school, from my teachers, from my culture. I never heard it. So I was in my 30s when I was introduced to science of mind. And when I heard this message that I was a spiritual being having a physical experience on planet Earth, it resonated. Did you have that experience too? A lot of us had that when we first heard it. It's like, oh, it resonated, that's true. But I didn't believe it. It resonated. I knew it was true. But it was so outside of my experience and my belief systems and what I had been taught that I really just couldn't say, oh gosh. So intellectually I got it. But emotionally, I have spent years, decades, living into that truth of that be still and know I am God. Be still and know that I am a powerful spiritual being having a human experience on planet Earth right now. And that has been the most exciting journey that I could ever imagine having. And I'm as passionate today about this journey. And I know that I will be integrating this understanding and this awareness as long as I'm still in a physical body. But it's such an exciting journey. It's just an amazing place of awareness that becomes more expansive and more expansive and more expansive as we take it deeper and deeper and deeper. So I want to just explain it in this way. Before you came into a physical body, you were spirit, you were light, you were energy. And then you chose to come into a physical body and have a human experience on planet Earth. You chose that. And we chose to be here at this time. So there's meaning to that, which I'll get to later. But we chose to do it. So when we chose to do that, a stream of our soul's energy flowed into this body. But the greater dimension of our soul's energy remained in the non-physical. We are multidimensional beings. We have an energy sphere. We have a piece of our soul that's driving this bus in this human experience. But the greater dimension of who we are is still connected to all that is. When we say that we are one with God, we are one with the intelligence of the universe that created worlds, we are one with divine mind, we are one with all that is, when we say that, we literally mean that we are energetically absolutely connected to all that is. Quantum physics calls it the unified field. It's the field of creation. It's God. It's absolutely intelligence. So we live and breathe and move and have our being in intelligence that created worlds. When I was young and I heard about God, God was separate. God was outside. So there was a dualistic approach and everything was separate. And so I was a victim of circumstance. It was just fate that happened to me in life. And then I learned that, no, I'm connected to all that is. I'm still there. I'm a multidimensional being. What an understanding, what an awareness. Where does that take you? And I know you've heard that before. I know you're hearing it again, maybe in a little different way. Where does that take you in terms of this experience now that we are having? Be still and know. I am God. So what is the relevance to this situation that we're in right now? We've all heard the axiom, there are no accidents. There are no accidents. We are not victims of circumstance. We are not victims of the world. We are creators. We are creative beings. So life happens through our individual creation, and life also happens through the collective consciousness creation. So what if this experience we're having right now is by divine design? It's a divine plan. It's a God job. What if all of this is a creation by the collective, which is us? What if we have brought this into fruition? So, and that might be a bit much to take in, but let's think about the gifts. Look at the gifts that have come out of this. Most of our world operates on a hamster wheel. We go, 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 go. We're in a very, very fast-paced world. And that's not bad, it's not good, it just is. What this has caused, everyone in the world, think about that, everyone in the world has had to pause. Take a step back and breathe. For some, that might be the first time in years that you've had the opportunity to allowed us to reevaluate our lives, reevaluate our relationships, reevaluate our careers, reevaluate who we are in the world, who we want to be, and how we want to feel. It has been the opportunity for doing that. Now, if we stay tapped into the drama, if we stay tapped into the media, if we stay tapped into the daily statistics, then it's very hard for us to see a bigger vision. So we might be missing this opportunity. And I've had that conversation with a number of clients, is that don't miss this opportunity to decide, how do I want to feel in my life? How do I want to be in my life? How do I want to create? You know, we're going back to be still and know I am God. You are a creative, powerful spiritual being, and you're creating your own reality every moment of every day. And you're connected to the divine, all that is, the intelligence of the universe that creates worlds. And so you don't have to figure everything out yourself. That the statement actually comes from Psalms. Be still and know I am God. And in the original Hebrew, be still meant to let go. To let go. To let go of these fears. So another gift that has come about is pollution. Some of the air and some of the waters have been cleared up. There are dolphins swimming in the canals in Venice. People in Beijing can finally see the sky after decades of not being able to see the sky. And some of our waters have cleared up some. It's not altogether done, but I heard that some of the animals back in the forests and all are coming back out because the planet has become quiet. The planet, think about that. The planet has become quiet. So what do we do with these fears? What do we do with them? I'm suggesting that you entertain the idea of letting them go. And what does that mean? Not as easy done as it is easy to say, to let that go and to step into a bigger vision. If there's a bigger vision that's happening on the world today, and we are part of that vision, then why not take that individually and move into that bigger vision? So if your fear is of illness, then study cellular biology. It's too big a subject to go into this talk today, but recognize that your cells are listening. Every cell in your body has intelligence. Every cell in your body. Science has proven this over and over again. Bruce Lipton has a book called The Biology of Belief. And there's experiment after experiment proving that every cell in our body has intelligence. Every cell is like a little human. And it's governed by what we tell it to do. So when we tell our body constantly, and we're tired and we don't feel good and we're achy and we're going to get sick and we're going to get this, if we tell our cells that, they will behave. They will obey. They will do exactly what you tell them to do. So here's this opportunity, if you're in fear of illness of any kind, to begin to talk to your cells, have a different conversation. Start a relationship with the cells in your body. Now, does that sound strange? Well, do a little study on cellular biology and you'll realize it's not strange at all. You talk to your cells and they will obey you. My favorite mantra that I've used for years and years and years is that every cell in my body is responding to wholeness and wellness. Every cell in my body is infused with love. And I say that to myself when I'm out walking, I say it when I'm in the shower, and it's just amazing how the cells will respond. If your fear is about money, if your fear is about lack, to step into the truth that we teach all the time, that your birthright is abundance. And abundance is abundance of all good. It includes money, but it includes joy and happiness and success and career and harmony, peace of mind. And your birthright is abundance. So be willing to step into that in a different way, in a different consciousness, and entertain just entertain the idea that you are an abundant child of the universe, and that all of your needs and desires are met, and you don't have a clue what that's going to look like, and maybe you've been out of work and you haven't received any funds, and maybe you're wondering if your business is going to survive this. And what I'm saying is that you can focus on what's wrong, you can focus on the problem, and when you focus on the problem, whatever you focus on expands. So the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and soon you're overwhelmed with this fear, and then you do get sick. And then it does go away, because you're creative. And that's how we create. So instead, what would it be to surrender and recognize you have no clue how this is going to work out? And you get out of your logical mind and stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to logically figure out what you're going to do next, and trust. Turn it over. Be still and know I am God. Turn it over. You're a multidimensional being. You're connected to the intelligence of the universe. Why not allow that intelligence to speak to you, to guide you? Have you tried that? Are you willing to give it a try? If you're in fear and you can't figure out what's going to happen, then just recognize that fear is destructive. It's real. I'm not saying it's not real. Your fear is real. But when we allow that fear to take us down the rabbit hole, and it just gets bigger and bigger, our problems get bigger and bigger. There are unlimited solutions to every problem. Unlimited solutions to every problem in the world. We just don't always know what they are from our human self. When our humanity drives our life, we're influenced by race consciousness and the media and what's happening in the world. When we step away from that by choice, and we're always a choice, and we allow our divinity to drive our life, then we are connected and influenced by the intelligence that creates worlds. Be still and know I am God. What would your life be like if you didn't worry about tomorrow? What would your life be like if you tapped in every day to source energy, to God, whatever you want to call that energy that we are energetically connected to, and you tapped in and you asked for guidance? How would that calm your mind? Would it bring peace to your mind? Would it open your heart to a greater dimension of who you are? Would it open your life to a bigger vision? There are unlimited solutions to every challenge. Unlimited solutions. It's not an either or ever. There are so many possibilities. And to dance and to set intentions every day that I'm open to new opportunities. I'm open to new possibilities. I'm open to new adventures. I'm open to new experiences. I'm open to new people, new relationships, new journeys. I am an open channel for good. Doesn't that feel good? Can you feel that? So what does that do to your energy? What does that do to, we're vibrational beings. We live in a vibrational universe. So how we're vibrating is how we're creating. And how we're vibrating is determined by how we feel. So we're a choice on how to feel. So when we're choosing to have thoughts that feel better, we're choosing to activate the law of attraction in a very constructive, positive way. And then we bring back to us experiences and opportunities that we never would have thought of with our logical mind. So perhaps you want to stop worrying and move away from the fears and embrace them. So my teaching around this is you don't push fear away. You don't push it away. Because no matter what you push away, no matter what you resist, it will expand. It will get bigger and bigger. You embrace it. You say, I see you, fear. I see you. I see you. I know you're there. And I bring you into my heart for transmutation, and I'm stepping into a bigger vision of my life. So I'm suggesting that you turn within. So let's turn within for a moment and move into that place of connectedness with God, with Spirit, with Divine Mind. So just take a moment and just breathe for a moment. Life is quiet now. And just breathe. Make these words your own. I am a being of light. I am pure spirit. I'm a spiritual being in a physical body having a human experience. I am listening. I am open to guidance. I am open to guidance. Just take a moment, and whatever's on your heart this morning, turn it over, surrender it into this field of intelligence, and ask for guidance. Many times we receive an idea right away, and many times it takes some practice to go inside and ask your own higher self, your own oversoul for guidance, that connection that energetically connects you to God. And then move into gratitude. Gratitude is the door that opens everything. I am grateful. I'm grateful for this life experience. I may not understand it, but I'm grateful to have opportunities now to look at my own life and to move into awareness of who I am. I'm grateful to be the presence of Divine Spirit on this planet right now. And I am grateful to be part of a magnificent experience that is bringing our planet into a new place of awareness. I'm grateful for the awareness that I have of who I am. And my intention is to take that deeper and deeper and deeper into myself, that I may stay present to this holy instant, in this moment of my creation. I give thanks. I open my heart. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Carole, for your words of wisdom this morning. They remind me of my dad. When I was a kid, he was a minister also, and especially on Memorial Day, he would remember to us his fellow soldiers who did not make it home from World War II, and how he was changed by the experience. That influenced his decision to become a minister, was that. And he always reminded us that it really is our struggles that bring us to our truest selves, that when we make that choice to reveal in ourselves our highest good, we become richer. So thank you. So I do have a few announcements, and though I cannot do them the justice that our Randy Sutherland does with his charismatic delivery, I'll just tell you what's going on. As you've probably heard, we are planning to invite you back to services on June 7th, in person, in the flesh. That's 2 weeks from today. If you're a regular part of our Sunday celebrations, we're asking that you let us know which of 2 services you would like to commit to for the 2-month duration of June and July. We're offering a 9 a.m. service and a 10:30, and we will also continue to broadcast on Facebook Live, so if you feel more comfortable still staying at home, absolutely you should do that. However, if you are planning to attend in purpose, please contact one of us board members or send an email to info@csltampabay.org and choose which one you'd like to come to. To ensure adequate social distancing, seating will be limited and masks are required to enter the building. We will have some masks available if you don't have one. Visitors are welcome at either service, and in case you're wondering, we're planning to discontinue the 10 a.m. meditation service, but we will be offering a short meditation within each of the services. And on Wednesday nights, if you have not joined us for the spiritual wake-up class, otherwise known as the Unclassiest class, we will continue to offer that on Zoom only for now. If you need the link, please send an email to info@csltampabay.org. We would love to have you join us with the rest of us regulars. It's a great class, even if we can't be together. Reverend Lane will be teaching this coming Wednesday night, and we'll likely be exploring Reverend Carole's talk in a practical way. The center will be accepting any donations of COVID-related supplies as we reopen. If you have extra bleach or masks or wipes or paper products or hand sanitizer that you would like to donate, please bring them on the 7th or any time you plan to be at the center. Thank you for picking up extras if you're in the store and you see anything we could use to keep each other safer when we're here in the building. And speaking of donations, thank you for your continued generosity as you continue to make online or text contributions to CSL TV. Lori will put the appropriate information in the comments so that you can join with our community in staying financially strong as always. We deeply appreciate all of your support. Thank you for joining us this morning or whenever you listen to this throughout the week. See you Wednesday night. Namaste, y'all.